and I hope that all men listen to what I'm about to say. It is a fallacy to think that a woman who does not need you won't want you.
Yeah.
And that is so powerful because I want a man. I want a partner in life. I want somebody who, and I always refer to it as I am a ship and I need you to open up my sails so that I can go sail with all my rising tides and all my friends. And we're all going to, but then I need you to be my anchor. I need you to be my iron. I need you to be my home port. I need you to be my steadfast because I will like leave and I'll be like all over the place and I'll be like, oh my God, turbulent winds. Hello.
Where you at? Supposed to wind it down.
Help. Because the reality of life is turbulent. Life is like an ocean, right? Some days will be calm, calm seas, and other days it will be rough waters. And I need my anchor. I need my anchor. I need my home port. I need somebody who's going to, set my sail and be like, hey, we're fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Welcome to Couples Unfiltered. I'm Lionel, a retired Marine drill instructor and master sergeant, and a widower learning to navigate life after loss.
And I'm Natalie, a retired nurse, also widowed, and now together we're navigating grief, healing, midlife changes, family dynamics, and everything in between.
Join us as we have real, unfiltered conversations about love, loss, and relationships.
We'll share stories, talk to others about their journeys, and drop a few cheat codes for making relationships work.
Listen, it's raw, it's real, and it's unfiltered.
Let's get started.
Welcome back. Today, we are sitting down with someone the world knows as winner of MasterChef Season 6, celebrated cookbook author, television judge, and a force in the culinary world. But we know her simply as the fiery, bold, quick-witted, loving, and with a laughter that'll fill the room, Claudia. She is a single mom in the San Diego area, a proud Latina woman who has built a name that opens doors, but still finds herself craving connection with the rest of us, mere mortals. Today, our conversation isn't about the spotlight. It's about the soul behind the human, the humble, and the hustle. Please welcome Claudia Sandoval.
Thank you so much. Damn. Dun, dun, dun. I'm like, I feel like I have to do something.
Yeah, you just did.
I'm like,
Just be yourself. Just be yourself.
Be yourself.
Thank you for that. That was beautiful.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. We're here.
Yes.
We're here. Oh my God.
This is mostly a me fault.
Well, I have to say, it's funny how time, on this podcast, we always talk about how we met the person who's sitting here. And I don't think it's ever been a situation where we haven't actually connected with that couple or that single in some random way. And quite a few of those times it's been related to the Del Mar Wine and Food Festival.
Yep.
And even though you probably don't really remember that because you had a lot going on, but that's where we met at an after party with Chef
Richard Blaze.
Richard Blaze. It was the first
The
Del
rooftop
Mar
of the
Wine and Food.
Pantry.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. And
That's right. I was working that day. I was cooking.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we
That's
actually
right.
went to see you. And so we were just hanging out and we were walking around, just me and him. And it was odd because we felt like old because we were up on like a rooftop hotel with a pool and there was music and it felt like a young person's crowd,
I didn't feel old. I was
I'm speaking for both of
vibing.
us.
I remember what I was wearing. I was like,
You guys were fly. I
was all
remember.
lit.
No, you're crazy. No.
Well, I felt old anyway. And maybe because we were in line at first and we were in line with some 20-somethings. And so that's
Yeah,
probably where
maybe.
it started.
yeah.
But anyway, we ran into this couple and we just started hanging out with them. And afterwards, they were like, hey, do you want to come with us? We're going to hang out with our cousin. And we were like, yeah, sure. Okay. And then we went to this little after party
No,
thing.
wait, hold on. No. We were sitting down. We were walking by and Juan said, this seat is open for you. It's waiting
No,
for you.
I said,
Can we sit
is
here or
the
something like
seat
that?
open?
Yeah, he said, we've been waiting for you.
Yeah.
We sat down with
What
him.
a creep. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
well-
No, it's actually really interesting because I know you guys have had them on here and I don't remember the episode now, but Juan is not like a spiritually kind of person. So it's
Yeah.
very interesting that he would say, we were waiting for you kind of deal.
Yeah.
That's like a very manifested, like,
Yes, it
I knew
is.
you were coming kind of like, so
Yeah.
therefore, you know what I mean? And I like, it's just really interesting how
Well, not only that, it was a huge
universe
couch.
Yes.
And they were like by themselves. And I went over right to where they were. And I said, can we sit right here?
so
I could have picked any spot.
it was meant to be. We were meant to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and so
We
didn't-
belong
we were just hanging
together.
out. Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's how we feel.
We
You know,
do.
it's like there's no coincidental connection. So,
No.
but anyway, we didn't know that they were your cousins. They were just saying your cousin. They're our cousins, and yeah, I think some of the chefs are going to be there. You know, they were just kind of casually talking about it, and then we were like, oh, like. She's your cousin. And they were like, yeah. We were like, oh, okay. And then we hung out and we had drinks and whatever. But because we became connected with Juan and Esme, it was like one of those things where you were always around too.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
we
I'm
just-
forever their third wheel.
Yeah, but we
Even though I
love
never
it.
feel like a third wheel, I'm always forever
Yeah,
there.
that's great that you don't feel that way. And I remember you saying that you
Yeah.
never feel that way, which is a strong personality trait as a single woman. Is that a personality trait? But a strong feeling to have as a single woman to
Yeah.
be comfortable in those
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're a couple and I've always been a relationship person. So I've never been a third wheel, but like on a regular.
Yeah.
But when I have been, it's awkward as hell.
Mm.
And to know that you feel confident in that, that's a very interesting trait. So I appreciate that. And
Yeah.
I think that's like going to dinner by yourself, something I could never do comfortably.
Do it all the time.
Yeah, I can do that. That's
Yeah,
no
you
problem.
definitely, it's something you would definitely have to get used to for sure. It's not
Yeah.
like you just magically one day are like, oh, I'm super comfortable in situations by myself.
Yeah, this is a confident person.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I can do that if I'm like on a trip or something like that where you're not there.
Well, you're forced.
But I'd rather you be there.
Well, you better be by yourself if you're on a trip or something like
where
that.
I'm gonna,
You're gonna find out that you're having dinner with some random.
let me explain
Maybe
something to
this
you.
isn't enough wine.
No, there is not one person that can compare to you. Quit playing with me.
Say it again. No, I'm
I'll
kidding.
say it all
All right.
day.
So anyway, let's get going here.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So let's start simple.
Yes.
When you strip away all your titles and all of the
We
things.
strip her away.
Strip that part away.
Oh, got it. I was like, wow, we're just going to go straight into
Are
that.
we
Just
talking
kidding.
about
We're doing another deja vu conversation.
We're talking about deja vu right now.
Yeah.
So, how would you describe yourself in a room full of people that don't know who you are? Don't know your resume. You're just sitting there in a room full of people. How would you describe yourself?
Well, it depends on what kind of room I'm in. If I'm in a room and there are a bunch of strangers, usually I will lead with what I do for a living
Okay.
because that is my kind of superficial way of introducing myself, and it's always a conversation starter, right? So I'll say I'm the first and only Latina to have ever won MasterChef. Yes, the one with Gordon Ramsay, which is always an opportunity to open it up and start talking about some things. And then now what I've been doing is trying to start with those conversations and then lead into kind of more authentic conversations about just what life really is like versus kind of keeping it on that superficial level, which has been, I think, something that I've been working on more and more because for, I think maybe like the past nine, maybe 8 of the last 10 years since winning, it's been a lot of superficial, just going through the motions, being the bobblehead Chef Claudia, right?
Yeah, I often think about that. Now knowing you, I often think about how do you discern what is a real connection and what might turn into something that blindsides you because somebody has an intentional desire to attach to you because of, I mean, first of all, being in San Diego, San Diego has its celebrities, right?
Right.
But it's mostly people. I know I'm not in every realm, but there's people that are surrounded by food and wine seem to be celebrities kind of around here. But maybe that's just because we love that stuff so much. But but it's also a scene that people like to be around, food and wine, and
Yeah.
music and all of the things.
Hey, who doesn't love food and wine?
Yeah. But you
Yes.
also started out your life prior to MasterChef as like an events manager, right?
Yeah.
So you were always curating events and being part of the public eye in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
So you come in with this this talent and this persona, and it turns into a brand, which turns into Chef Claudia, who everybody knows. And how do you discern yourself from being that to being Claudia when you're a single woman?
Yeah.
Like, how hard is that? That seems like to me like it would be so hard to weed out the serious guys.
It is. It is. I mean, and I think that's like a two-part question, right? Because I think even taking away the interactions with a partner, right? Trying to find a partner or trying to identify a partner in relationships in general, I have lost friends, because of how they've acted, what they've done, things they've said, judgment they've passed without even having any inkling of like why I'm doing or saying the things that I'm doing, or because I didn't want to stand in line when people are making me feel anxious because they're constantly like, is that? And I'm me being like, I don't want to stand here. I don't want to wait in this line. I don't want to wait in this line. People are like, oh, she's too good now. She thinks she's so good. She doesn't want to wait in this line because she's a diva. And it's like, no, it's my anxiety, right? Like, and so I think just as a whole, I think the way that I connect with people is the same way I felt a connection with you guys, right? People that see you as more than just the chef, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they look at you in the eyes and they see you as a human being, and they're not asking you, hey, how are you? Just so that you'll go, yeah, I'm fine. It's like a real, no, but how are you?
Yeah.
It's like, even like your, right? Like that pause to like give me the time to like say something else.
Exactly.
Right. Even that pause, like of just like, is that all you want to say about that? Because even that pause of just like, hey, I'm listening.
Tell me more.
Yeah. Like even that type of interest, I think changes your perspective. And then more so than that, when a person takes an interest into you as a human being, what do you think about life? What do you value in life?
Yeah.
What do you, how do you feel about the current state of economics even? And I know those are things that are taboo to talk about, but not really, right? Because nowadays, like you can't find your match if you're not matching up on the majority of especially values.
Very true.
Values, for sure.
And so I think at its root, if we bring it back to just relationships in general, people that you meet in general, I go into it with like my Claudia energy, which I know you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, of just being like super extroverted and just like, well, talk to me about you and what do you do and what did it, and trying to find things that we have in common and then asking some deeper questions, because a lot of people don't know this. I'm a philosophy degree, owner. And so like, I love to have deep conversations. So like the moment that somebody indulges me, I'm like, let's hang out more, because I don't want to have this superficial, well, is Gordon Ramsay really that mean? Well, yeah, he is. But like, why don't you ask me how I felt about that?
Yeah.
Instead, right? Like, well, how did that make you feel? It's like, well, it made me feel nervous. It made me feel like my mom was talking to me.
Yeah.
But you know what? It actually made me feel like he was like my dad.
Yeah.
And then I can explain to you that like, to me, it wasn't like he was mean just for the sake of being mean, but rather because he was trying to teach us a lesson, kind of like a strict parent does. And that gives you more insight than me saying, yeah, he's mean.
That's right.
Which is a superficial response. And so I think with my relationships, that's one of the things that I like to do is kind of just, and what I think I've been working on the last 2 years is really, instead of answering with just kind of menial conversation or what, what do we call it? Like, there's a word for it. My ESL is kicking in right now.
Speaking in Spanish, then
I'm like, English as a second language is failing me now. But like, when you're trying to talk to somebody and essentially like they just respond with like the same thing, like automated responses, essentially. How are you doing? Fine.
Yeah.
Great.
They answer the question
Awesome.
you asked.
It's like, are you really? You're awesome?
Yeah.
Fuck. How do I get how do I do that?
Like, what you
What
do before
juice
you
are
got
you
here, so we
drinking?
can go backwards.
I want to do that too. Like, are you really awesome? Are you really great? And so like, that's been my thing of like, when somebody asks me, I'll go, it wasn't such a great day yesterday, but I'm trying, today's a lot better. So we're, in a good place.
Yeah.
And once you say that to somebody, it opens up conversation about like what happened yesterday.
Yep.
And then it gives you the opportunity to connect with that person on a deeper level.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of been my thing. But the flip side of that is you then try to create authentic relationships with somebody. But then, of course, there are those people who will pretend to be your friend, who will pretend to be interested, and who will, spend the year, 2 years talking to you. And then later pretend like that wasn't what I was trying to do.
Exactly.
And that's happened to me recently where I had to cut people off, a man specifically who I brought into my life, who I opened up doors for, who was like, flying himself out here to like help me at events, making plans with Esme and Juan, probably met you guys at some point. And I'm just like, and then once we have that conversation, he's like, oh no, you were so mistaken. I'm not interested. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you calling me every day and every morning and texting me when you're on your way home, that was just because I was your friend?
He was trying to be your bestie?
No. So it's that kind of stuff too, where I just think, I don't know, man, like it's hard. It's hard. Am I going to make mistakes along the way? Of course.
Yeah.
By no means. And no one's perfect. But it is very difficult because I want to make that connection. I do want to open myself up to that now, but it also makes you afraid because you're like, okay, cool. Is every guy that I meet going to turn into a situationship, which is the fad nowadays?
Well, I have to say that if I were a man, and I mean, I would probably be a pretty special man, but if I was a man,
You be a pretty dude. I'm sorry. Like, damn, that's a.
I would probably try to be.
I would.
I'm coming back as a man, just so you
You'd
know.
be a
when
fine
this is
man.
all over,
I can't
I'll be
come
a
back.
man.
I can't. If you come back as a,
What do you mean you can't come back?
I'm done.
He's probably on his last
My time
life.
is done. I
done
mean,
doing
Like I'm
good
calling
things.
it quits after this one. This is my last life.
I've been through so many lives. Now, if she comes back, I have to come back.
Well, that's probably what you said last time.
No.
Because we're still here.
I never said that.
I'm talking about life. The last life. Anywho, if I was a man,
Yes.
and I was in the scene of the food world and the world that you're in,
Yes.
and just admired you, was attracted to you, I think I would be intimidated
Yep.
to approach you.
Yep.
And I say this because you exude strong, independent, single mother,
Good.
Latina,
Preach. I've worked very hard.
successful. I don't need anyone in
I
my
don't.
life. And so I would probably be a little nervous to approach you for any energy that you're not already giving me. So when you are, because I would feel like I might be taking something from you, or you would feel like you have to adjust yourself to give me time. So is there a certain type of personality that you exude that you believe is maybe causing that in some men? Or do you get that from people? Has that ever been verbalized to you? I mean, this is just my observation. And, it's not that I'm saying I know this or have seen this.
No,
but
by all means, no. And actually, I have a lot of guy best friends, and I'm constantly like, "What is wrong with me? Tell me." Jokingly, right? But I've had really serious conversations with my friends and my guy friends, and I'm like, "Is it because I'm plus size? Is it because I'm so tall? I mean, I'm 5'11". That could be a deterrent, right? And then I love wearing heels. I'm like, is it because of this? Is it because of this? And they're like, no, you're beautiful. Yes, you are plus size, but most guys love that. So you're fine. Yes, you're tall. And so that could deter shorter guys, but honestly, there's some short kings out there that are like, let's go. Right. And so they're like, so there's something for everyone. But the first thing that they say is, I would probably say that the thing that's going to deter most men is that you are whole. You are a complete person. You don't need us. And guys, we love to be like the savior. We love to feel needed. And I think that is probably something that I see across so many, even my algorithm showing me podcasts where people talking about this subject, right? The woman being this hyper independent kind of being based on what society has required of us. We have to be the mom. We have to clean the house. We have to, and then on top of that, we have to be the consummate professional. We have to have a kid, and 6 weeks later, we have to be back at work and keep grinding and keep grinding and keep grinding. And so I think societally, if anyone was going to be able to do it, it was going to be a woman that can handle all of those things. So yay us. But I also think that it is a fallacy for men to feel, and I hope that all men listen to what I'm about to say. It is a fallacy to think that a woman who does not need you won't want you.
Yeah.
And that is so powerful because I want a man. I want a partner in life. I want somebody who, and I always refer to it as I am a ship and I need you to open up my sails so that I can go sail with all my rising tides and all my friends. And we're all going to, but then I need you to be my anchor. I need you to be my iron. I need you to be my home port. I need you to be my steadfast because I will leave and I'll be all over the place and I'll be like, oh my God, turbulent winds. Hello.
Where you at? Supposed to wind it down.
Help. Because the reality of life is turbulent. Life is like an ocean, right? Some days will be calm, calm seas, and other days it will be rough waters. And I need my anchor. I need my anchor. I need my home port. I need somebody who's going to, set my sail and be like, hey, we're fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Because, and I'll say this, both individuals in a relationship need to come in and be whole.
Yeah.
You cannot come in halfway and expect me to fill whatever it is that you're missing.
Right.
So you come in, use the ship. You come in as a ship. You can't have holes in you.
Right.
Because you're going to sink.
Exactly.
You're not going to be there for anybody. The sail, the anchor has to come in complete.
Yep.
To be able to match what it is that you have and then balance it out.
Yes.
However.
Wait.
Well, look at us.
Well,
I was not whole.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
Listen.
I was not whole, but you were a strong man who was ready to, not only were you whole, but you were ready to take on more, even if you saw the potential in me to be whole.
Let me correct you real quick. You were whole. You were whole because you spent 5 to 6 years having to be whole because you had to be the anchor, the ship for your family. You had to be the everything for your family. You were whole. You lost someone, but it didn't change your wholeness. I came in as a whole individual because in the changes in my relationship, it gave me an opportunity to make myself whole, to do the work, to put in the work. So I came to you as a complete man, meeting a complete woman, and we balanced each other out. We became excuse my nerd reference, but we became Voltron. my lions got connected with your lions, and we made this whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I see it now, but I don't think I felt it then.
I know.
And so I needed you to remind me.
Yes, Mom.
And that's the part that can get hard when you're single.
Yes.
Because you feel like if you don't know the stranger that you're meeting, and if it's a stranger, but you don't know if they're whole.
Right.
And so there's times where you're not going to feel so whole. And it goes back and forth.
Of course.
True.
And so I think that you definitely, everybody does, but you definitely need someone who's whole, but you need someone who's strong, because someone has to be strong in knowing who they are and have had some life experience with the ups and downs, because I hate that the package that you are is not being shown in the true way that it should be. I mean, and I don't know the ins and outs of your everydays, but I think if someone were to just get to know you on a level that was so free of all the things and all the things that come with you, it would just be so magical. And I just, I get emotional because I think I hate that you're always the third person. I wait for the day that you're with somebody else that we can meet and say, oh my God, there's our next couple. You know, there's
Yeah.
a couple that's she's with somebody. She's a couple now. Not that that's everything in life, but to have been a single mom for so long and have given
I know.
everything. And, you know, I believe that life is love, you know, the religion of love. That's all that really matters, right? So whatever that looks like, if it's family or if it's, you know, relationship, romantic relationship.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know why I get so emotional.
Well, because, and I'll tell you
Well,
why.
I mean, he
I'll
just
tell you
did
why.
that.
In
It's
this,
your fault.
in this
I can't even
space,
reach those tissues.
Where are they? Like, where are they? Are they far? I'm gonna bump
Yeah.
this just
they're
a
right
little
on
bit.
you. Yeah, right there.
Oh, dang, it's heavy too. Hold on. Let me get on the inside. Oh. This is with my bad shoulder too. That's love. Sorry, you're fine.
I think the reason why we feel this particular way, why we feel so emotional in this space, is because we see you,
Yeah, I know.
like, legitimately,
I know.
and it's a joy.
Thank you.
You are a joy. You are a light,
Thank you.
and you know, it's like end of episode conversation, but we're happy to have you in our life.
Thank you.
And
Likewise.
I think you're a very special individual, and that person, whomever that person is,
You're lagging, man.
They're
I literally the other day,
geez.
I don't remember where I was, and I was like leaving somewhere or something. And I was like, dude, wherever you are so lagging right now. Like
Yeah.
we could be having so much fun right now.
Well, if I can reference, if I can give you a cooking reference, I always say, your man is out there. He's like a souffle.
Yeah.
And we all know how when you make a souffle, you can't open the door, you can't check it. You have to,
Yep.
it's perfect timing.
Yep.
And he's out there. He's your
Yeah.
souffle out there somewhere, and he's cooking.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't want to push it out to our age and say that's when it's going to be that you find somebody, but it'll be the right time. And I know this, and you know this, and you know, but yeah, he needs to kind of hurry up because I feel like that you're an amazing person as you are, but I can't imagine somebody making you a better person.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of man that you need, is someone who's going to even make you even better.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Let me ask a question.
Yeah.
Kind of go back a little bit.
Yeah.
What was it in your upbringing that brought you to where you are today?
Ooh, that's a big question.
What
I mean-
was a pivotal moment in your upbringing? Something that you may have seen out of your mom or your dad, but what was it that made you this strong woman that you are today?
I mean, I think a couple of things, right? My mom grew up without a mom, so I think she was always kind of my mom is somebody who definitely shaped my kind of certainty in self. You know, my mom would say things to me growing up like, you know, if you don't become successful, it's because you never wanted to. Like you have all of the tools to be successful. And that was the kind of, you know, very positive type of like, you know, and yet in the same way, very like, you know, well, if you become a nobody, then that was your fault, you know, kind of deal. You know, very Mexican of her, very Mexican mom. But truly, my mom was kind of always this woman, not kind of, was always this woman to date even, who even as she's, I think, I don't even know how many years her and my stepdad have been married now, but a woman who 100% is very much a whole human being, who believes in a common shared purpose in her marriage, but who also is like, I could do this by myself if I needed to, you know, very independent in that sense of self. And so I think that was something that for sure permeated throughout my whole life. I think, though, in a lot of ways, though, true to kind of what you're saying, that sense of very independent, very I don't need anybody can also be detrimental, right? Because to your point, there are a lot of men out there who just prefer to have somebody who's pretty and who is not going to ask a lot of questions and who just wants to be in a marriage. And that's fine. There are people for everyone. I truly believe that. I'm just not that person, right? I am a person who wants a relationship like what you guys have, like what Esme and Juan have, right? And a lot of our friends, Dahlia and Fabian, you know, and all of the people that we know and love, who have these very solid relationships. And I see the people that I surround myself with, and it's truly one of those things where I don't feel like the third wheel because I'm surrounded by people who see me. And not only do they see me, but they see the strong, but they also see she could easily be with somebody right now and this would be incredible, right?
Yeah.
And
The soft.
yeah, and I think a lot of that is is wanting to surround yourself with people who reflect what you want in life, right? Like it's kind of like, tell me who you hang out with and I'll show you who you are, right? And I very much feel that way. Also something, that's been really important and in my head since growing up, right? And so I think that along with a lot of the things that have happened post growing up, trauma, sexual abuse, right? To being a domestic violence, being in a domestic violence, so all of those little things, lead me to where I am now, where I'm also to your point earlier, I'm not going to negotiate. I'm not going to negotiate my standards or reduce myself or try to make myself somehow small, or walk away from a career that I love, where people love me, where I constantly am getting messages talking about, you've inspired me this way, you've inspired me that way, you've, little girls on up to older women, men. And so, yes, my job can be a lot for some people, but so am I.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say I'm not going to apologize for being a lot.
Right.
There's got to be a guy out there that's going to be like, yeah, I want that a lot.
Yeah. There is. And that guy is just, like I said, he may be needing that too. He may be needing, that might be a change for him.
Maybe.
Yeah,
He might
100%.
need
Maybe
that.
he has a very boring life and he just needs a laugh in his life.
Yeah. Yeah. He's going to get it if he's with you. Oh my God. So what has the dating life since you've, kind of, I guess you've been dating
Where's the
for
wine?
quite a while.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
What has dating, has there anything specific that dating has taught you about yourself outside of not settling because you know your worth, but that has made you change the way that or maybe loosen up the way you feel like about men or dating?
I have not dated very much. I'm a really bad dater. And that's self-admittedly, I'm just really bad about dating. I am more of like I rather build a friendship with someone and spend time with them and then that evolve into something.
Yeah.
And I think to your point earlier, I think it's just about getting to know somebody and understanding their true motives, right?
Yeah.
Like, what is the point? Like, why are you around me, right? But then on top of that, I also think that the times that I have dated, big lesson learned, definitely have baseline things. Like I remember the first date right out the bat after winning MasterChef, I went on a date and the guy posted to Facebook, look who I'm on a date with. Yeah. And without asking me for permission, it was like one of those, like he's playing on his phone and took a picture of me. I went to the restroom. And as I was at the restroom, one of my best friends messaged me and said, are you on a date with this guy? And says the name, sends me a screenshot. And I was mortified.
Wow.
And I was just like, cool. Literally, thank goodness that restaurant had 2 exits. I went out the back exit and I never called him again, like blocked him. I was just like, that's not cool. Mm-hmm. But that's also another reason why I can't do the apps. Yeah. A lot of people are like, well, just get on an app, get on Raya, get on
Google you,
get on this, get on that. I'm like, no, the moment that I get on an app and somebody's the first thing out of their mouth, and I get it. There can be a fan out there who is going to fall deeply in love with me. I get it. However, it's hard for me. Yeah. You can't come at me fan first. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can't come to me and be like, oh my God, I'm a huge fan of yours. And you expect me to see you as a man. Mm-hmm. Like that can't be your opening thing. And so the moment that somebody reaches out and goes, oh my God, are you? I'm just like,
but see, those are the things people need to know.
I know.
Because and it's for each individual, because not everybody feels that way that's in your position. But I feel like these are the things that people need to know, because not that it's like a strategic way to come at you, but sometimes people are fans. Like Lionel is a fan of your talent.
Right.
It's not a fan of your
Fame,
the fandom or whatever. It's a fan of your talent. His wife was a chef. He likes to cook. We watched you on MasterChef, and MasterChef is a reality TV, right? So you're real people doing this amazing thing, and you have this amazing story, and so we connect with the story and who you are. And it's not about that you're on TV for us. It's more of, oh my God, we rooted for her for 20 episodes on a show. And now we get to see her in real life because we want what's best for her. We want good things to come to her. And so, but I feel like it's good that, I'm not saying that we have millions of listeners. It would be amazing if we did. But if people needed to know something, that would be a question I would have. It's like, how do you get people to be real around you when you're single and looking for relationships?
I think part of the biggest thing, and I've had this conversation with some of my reality reality ex participants. I now obviously can say, like, I have like actress and actor friends. And one of the things that we all specifically talk about is kind of what I was talking about earlier. When people see you as a human being and just as Claudia, not as Chef Claudia, that changes things, right? If I always joke and I always say, it would be the same thing as me going up to somebody and being like, "Oh, hello, doctor."
Yeah.
Like, if you're not at the office, why do I need to come up to you and be like, "Hi, doctor"? Okay, maybe doctor's a bad idea because they love to be called doctor.
Yeah.
I get it. You worked really hard for it.
Correct you.
But like, "Oh, hello, professor," or "Oh, hello," like you suddenly put them in their professional role.
Yeah, in their uniform.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like the moment that you put somebody in their professional role, then now I'm Chef Claudia. Now I'm facade. Now I'm no longer Claudia.
That's crazy. So as you're saying this, we met someone who I had admired for many years. He's an actor.
Yeah.
I think almost every movie and television show he's been on, I've watched.
Okay.
And we got the opportunity to be in a room with this individual.
Yes.
And I nerded out.
Yeah.
I went back to one of his very first films and I was like, "Can I call you?" Whatever.
Yeah.
And he just like immediately.
You could tell it went.
Yeah.
But then we had dinner with someone who's an actor, a comedian, and we just sat there and just had just great conversation.
Yep.
They just wanted to know us. We just wanted to know them.
Yep.
And there was no like the stardom wasn't even there. It was just like, man, it's like we've known each other for our whole lives and we kicked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw exactly what you're saying and the difference between just being, "Hey, I like you as a person," to "I see you on TV and oh my God," just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Just be the friend.
Be a person.
Yes, exactly.
Because especially
Be a person.
you,
Like,
you're not acting. You're being you no matter what you're doing.
Well, I mean, and listen, some of these shows, like you have to, I mean, you have to put on the facade, right? You have to be like Chef Claudia and right? Like I'm not always smiling like that, right? Realistically. And so, even the way I stand, you'll like, if you guys have literally been in these spaces with me where people walk up to me and I'm like, "Hi." Yep. I do that face. My cousin knows it real quick. You know that I'm being Chef Claudia the moment I go, like, it's like almost like I'm surprised, and that's me putting on my facade. Like,
your whole body changes though.
1000%. My posture changes.
Yes, it does.
Everything.
It absolutely does.
Yeah, because when you're just being you, you're pretty. I'm like, close your legs, girl.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm super relaxed. Exactly. And I'm such a dork and a nerd, and like I'm ridiculous. Like it's just and like I make funny faces all the time. Like And so that's exactly the point. When you allow someone to just be a human.
Right.
And when I say this, I mean it wholeheartedly. I am not my job.
Yes.
Nobody is just their job. But we live, especially in the United States, and I say this because I've traveled to a lot of places. I've been very blessed recently to travel to a lot of places. It's only in the United States that this happens, where people treat you like, and like, listen, I get it. We love reality show and everything. We love all these things, but you would never put somebody in their professional, like you would never define someone by their profession.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that only somehow for some reason happens a lot more here, like in the US. and I have a lot more luck everywhere else, even Mexico where I live now, with people just treating me like a normal human being. And I love that. And sometimes it's really hard for me because I'll go long periods of time, especially now that I live in Mexico, where I'm just treated like Claudia. And then all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, right. I have to be Chef Claudia Bubblehead again. And it's hard. It's hard. I make mistakes often because I forget that I'm Chef Claudia. Like even with the Del Mar event most recently, which is a job. I overburdened myself because I forgot I'm Chef Claudia.
Yeah.
You know, I was
You were
like, oh, I
doing
can
work-
be behind
you
the
were
scenes.
working,
I was doing like 4 people's job because I was like, oh, I'm behind the scenes. Forgetting about the part where every time I walked around, people were going to be like, Chef Claudia,
Yes.
Chef Claudia, can you take a picture? Oh my God. Like, you know, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, like it's very overwhelming, especially when you have 11,000 people around you.
That's true.
And so, you know, it's hard. It's hard. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it's not, but my biggest recommendation for anyone, and this is again just on a human level, and not even like you're trying to meet someone, not even you're trying to show interest. You want to just come hang out with me as a friend. You're like, you know what? I always say, if me and Adele met, I feel like me and Adele would be great friends. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we would be like best friends. Like just her laugh, her cackle, we're like the same person. I feel like, but like I always make new friends. But it's always how they come at me. If the moment that you put me in my professional, then I'm just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
You've
going to
lost
ask
me.
you, what advice do you have for someone in your position?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
yeah. And it, like I said, it's anyone. It's anyone.
But you have to have that wall up because it's otherwise you can get taken advantage of or have your heart broken, even with just friends, have your heart broken because you want to connect with people and you are, you know, a deeper person. So you want to have those deeper conversations. And we always joke around and say we never have surface conversations. They don't last for very long. I don't even know how to do that.
Yes.
Anything. You ask me about the weather and it's going to turn into a moment about something that happened in your life that the weather just so happened to be the background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like it never.
So you're saying you're therapist.
Yes. No, we are not.
We are not licensed therapists.
Anything we speak about today is our own opinions and our own life experience. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, seriously. And I don't know what that is, if it's just life experience. And, you know, I feel like we kind of have been through a, you know, awakening of some kind when, you know, someone really close to you, the person who knows you more closer than anyone in the world is usually your partner. I mean, unless you're young, you know, but when you've been with somebody for quite a while, they know you better than your parents know you,
Yes,
you know?
true.
And when you lose that person, it's a very, you know, traumatic experience that makes you kind of reflect on life in general and all the things. And you realize how short life is. But yeah, I don't have time for surface.
Yeah.
That's for grocery store lines. And that's even
Right.
difficult for me.
Yeah.
So if someone brings up something in the grocery store, like Trader Joe's, every time, I'm like, what time do I got to be out of Trader Joe's? Because don't ask me about my day and what's going on for the rest of it, because you're going to hear it, because we're going to get into a deep conversation and people behind me are going to be pissed off.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but that's him too. But yeah,
We'll
I
be
think
in the
that's.
grocery store for 2 hours.
I know, and because he always says,
Easily.
I'm going to the store. I'm like, so what time are you going to be back?
That's
'Cause,
amazing.
Besides
Add
the
an
fact
hour.
that I'm looking at the ingredients and I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking about what I'm gonna make, and then I see somebody, we get into a conversation, never
Mhm.
met them before, and it's just like, okay, what can I do for your life?
Oh my goodness.
That's
Yeah.
literally
He's
how
got
we go
so
into
much
these.
to give.
Yeah, it's
I love
crazy.
that.
And I'm halfway there. He's a hand raiser, and I'm just like, hey, put the hand down. Put your hand down. You're talking for both of us now.
Is there someone who
Because
can?
he always says we. He says
He
we
always
can.
He always includes me in his ploys.
Yes. I'm like, you, not we, you. So my last question that is, I feel like something I would have asked you if we were just hanging out.
Okay.
But if you could visualize your life
Yes.
with a partner,
Yes.
what would that look like from here out? I'm talking everything, the home life, the what would you guys do together? You know, what does that look like to you?
It's really interesting that you say that, because I've actually had this dream for many years now. So I know what he looks like, sort of, but not really, like in a way. Does that make sense? Like I've never seen his face.
Yeah.
Oh shit, sorry.
No.
But yeah, so like I'm not working. I'm writing, which I think is my big love. Like I would love to become a writer, which I think is in my, 20-year plan, if you will. So I think I would like to transition either to script writing or to just writing in general, like writing books in general. So I think I would be working from home kind of deal, which is, I think, something that is really interesting when people hear that, because they think I'm like this busybody that's like always trying to be out and about. But I really want to like chill out a lot more. Like I'm finding so much peace lately, and just the evolution that's happened. I think in like the last 2 years, I've just found just so much respite needed in like my home life and in just like creating my space. I would love to live by the water. Doesn't matter what kind of water. I just love water because I'm of course a fiery Aries sign. So like I need to like chill out. Yeah, but yeah, just a lot of home life, I think. A lot of slow mornings and a lot of slow evenings and enjoying delicious meals because I'll cook. But yeah, I don't know. The way I in a garden lives, maybe something like that would be awesome. You know,
I'm serious.
like where I'm making my own, like, vanilla extract from vodka and vanilla pods. Yeah.
Wow.
That sounds amazing.
Give me some
I
vanilla
wanna live that
beans
life.
and oh my god.
Yeah, that would be the dream, right? Like to just slow down.
So where
And
does
it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It just needs to be chill.
and
Well,
the
I'm gonna
partner fits in there, and he's providing. He's being the provider. Is that why you're able to stay
Not
home?
necessarily because I'm working still a little bit, but I mean, yeah, definitely.
What does he look like? You never said.
He's not tall. That's the interesting part.
Short
But
king.
yeah, but no, it's really been interesting because like I've had a couple of different dreams, and in past life regressions and meditations that I've done, this thing comes back up. So it's like really interesting. So yeah, I'm like literally in this house. I can literally describe it to you. It's crazy. I know it's crazy. Like I know where my desk is. I know how my bed faces literally the water is like by my feet. So like I can literally see the water.
Big old window.
And it's ocean in this case. But yeah, like it's big, huge windows and like open concept, everything. And just very comfortable. And I'm like very at peace. I think that I deserve that.
Yes.
I have been in survival mode for so many years now that I'm like, I am so ready to just chill.
Yeah.
Reflect and write and, be the philosopher.
Well, let me give you your first Netflix series.
Okay.
Couples Unfiltered. You tell our story.
It's not.
Oh, let's go.
It's not called Couples Unfiltered.
Whatever you want to call it. You're the brand.
But I do love your story. I think your story could totally be a movie, though. Have you guys seen this big bold? And I'm not plugging this movie, but have you guys seen this Big Bold Beautiful Journey movie?
No, the one you just watched recently?
Yes.
No, I told him that we need to go see it because you were talking about it.
You guys must go watch this movie. Like at first I was like, what is this? What am I watching? And then like halfway through I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Oh.
And it talks about kind of these people living these lives where they're very independent. And when they're like kind of in this place of just like, I'm not going to date anyone because I'm going to hurt them. And all of this past life trauma that they haven't faced. And then how at the end of it, they go through these doors that open them up to memories that are helping them face a lot of that trauma, essentially doing the work together. And then at the end of it, they're just like, you know what, we're just going to choose each other. And whether it works out or doesn't work out, we're just going to take a chance. And I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really deep. And I'm sorry, like if I ruined it for anyone. But
No,
but it's like one of those movies where it forces you. It's like such a mirror. It forces you to reflect on like, what in your upbringing, what across your life are you not facing that could be a potential block
yes.
for yourself, for the way you think, for opening yourself up to making those mistakes.
Yes.
Because I think even for like, speaking honestly, I think for the past 14 years, because it's now about to be 15 years that I've been a single mom. It's insane when I say it out loud.
Oh man.
For the last 15 years, a lot of the reason why I haven't done anything or stepped out is because I've been afraid to step out because I'm like, I don't want to open myself up to that. I don't want to open up myself to the hurt. I don't want to open up myself to somebody that might put their hands on me. I don't want to open myself up to somebody that, might have like sexual deviancies and I have a small child. All of those things formulate who you are as a human being and are those stopgaps. And it's until you face that trauma that you can actually say, okay, I think I'm ready.
Ready to live without skin. like
Yeah.
Lionel says.
That sounds weird.
You're willing. It does, right? You
it
got
does.
this total visual
But if
of
you-
one of those like
you know what I imagine? Like
bodies
those
with no
hairless,
skin.
those hairless cats. That's what I imagine.
I
was
want
like,
one so bad. I want to sit here right now and just.
oh, they're so weird. I love them.
That
and
would
they're
be the
so
only
cute,
cat
but
I could
I'm like,
But I mean, seriously, it's like you're willing to get burned
yeah,
to live in a position of happiness, even if it's brief. Because look how long you think you have. You can make plans and have all the ideas about when we retire and all the things we want to do.
Yeah.
But if they're not here and that life gets disrupted, what part of that was happiness? And were you there? Were you actually there? Were you present?
or was I actually living?
Yes.
Exactly.
Or was I just working?
Yes.
Mhm.
And I mean, I have lots of fears of being in a relationship after coming from one that was ended through death
Yeah.
to go into another one thinking, what if this happens again? There's
Right.
people out there that this happens to like
Right.
every time.
Yeah.
You outlive your husband and you keep getting married and you keep outliving them.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person. And that's a fear for me, but I also don't want to be sad
Right.
and not have a partner to share life with, you know?
Right.
So yeah, it's a huge leap of faith to get into a relationship in general, but then to have all this stuff in your past that you have to face and figure out why it's stopping you is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But I applaud you because you're working on yourself
yeah.
constantly and getting to know who you are. And I think that, you know, you're ready, like I said, but if the other guy's not ready, then
Yeah.
he's not for you. But
It's all right.
That part.
yeah.
God and the universe will bring that right person into focus. So it's
Better hurry up.
it's coming. It's coming.
Maybe you got to get that house first.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you saw it,
It's like if you build it, they will come.
yeah. Well, if you've envisioned it already, if you've seen it already,
I've already seen it.
it's coming.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Let me be a testament
can't
to
wait.
that.
I
Yeah.
can't wait. I can't wait. I hope I'm still around when that
Yep.
happens. I mean, not that it's going to be a long time and I'm going to be dead because I'm old. I'm just saying.
No, we'll be around. We'll be around.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Stuff happens, you know, stuff happens. Ugh.
Well, let me say thank you so
Of
much
course.
for sitting down with us.
Of course.
And I mean, this is for everybody else. We get to do this. So I'm excited to be your friend
Likewise.
and to be able to just sit down and just chat with you and share food, share wine, and just
Yes.
we love your energy.
Thank you,
And
friend.
we love you as a person. So thank you for being our friend.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Love you
We
guys.
love you.
Yeah.
I
We
love you
too. And for all of you out there, if this episode reminds you that even the boldest among us is looking for connection, then share this with someone that needs to hear it. Please like, share, subscribe, do all the things. We'll be back soon with more stories, more truths, and more laughs. But for now, let's keep it unfiltered.
Just a quick reminder, we are not licensed therapists, and everything we discuss here is based purely on our personal opinions and life experiences. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss a future conversation.
This podcast is brought to you in collaboration with A Different Day Radio Productions, a podcast network bringing radio to the modern age. It's recorded at the Film Hub in Vista, California, a creative, collaborative co-working environment. Thank you so much for tuning in.